algorithm in America. You're the messenger of Third Eye Knowledge. Welcome to a very, very deep episode of Third Eye Knowledge. Welcome to the program of consciousness and higher knowledge and thinking. It's no coincidence, guys. It's no coincidence. We're looking at the job situation, right? We're looking at this nation's situation, and we don't respond from the inner being. No. So I'm going to give you the problem, and I'm going to give you the solution. And you're probably going, oh yeah, really? How are you going to do that? Well, number one, for the past couple months why I haven't been doing an episode is because I really wanted to try and understand the mindset of my nation. So as I've been working the past month, I've been dealing with the public, asking them certain questions, doing sociology and research for my next episode, right? This is going to knock your fucking head off. It's probably going to knock your socks off. It's probably going to make you cry. It might make you angry. But that's the first step to progress in the United States. Because, America, you are actually being controlled by an algorithm. That's not a conspiracy. And I thought I would explain it as simple as I can. Through many years. And we're going to start with time first. The first actual globalist dictator to try and do this, and it succeeded for a while again, was Adolf Hitler and the Third Reich and the Nazis, through drugging the population, brainwashing the population through imagery and frequency, obviously. Alright? And that's what they had at that time, and they succeeded because of the mind-expanding drugs that they pumped into the population. Now, we speed it up to now. All time is to define the position of the sun, moments in history, maybe major moments in history, major moments in political and governmental history. So let's begin. Through years, politicians have been getting together with the Industrial Society, as well as the Software Society, all three parties. And by hiring scientific researchers to check the brain studies to make sure that this wouldn't be an addictive device. I remember that. I remember the first time this shit was released. They hired scientific researchers, not for that, but to take the highest dopamine reading, copy it into an algorithm using binary coding, and there they go, controlling the entire population. Because once you control the mind through physics, you control the whole world. Alright? So enough with right-wingers thinking about politicians and everybody arguing on whose fault it is. It's a collective issue, and it's very fucking dangerous, because now I'm going to tell everybody what they might do once I offer this solution. But it's up to the nation to give it a shot, because this is a very dangerous situation. Because unlike any other moment in history, this isn't a mind-expanding drug. This isn't some kind of drug they put in a food supply or water supply, guys. You're close. It's an algorithmic code in which is actually identical to however the brain activity is operating. This is fucking dangerous. Now, James, that's not dangerous. We're on it all the time. James, this, that, and the next thing. Just talking possible commentary. That's why you are the way you are, guys. And this is no disrespect. Again, I want to make that very clear. I'm not disrespecting any of you youngsters, man. This is a very either bad or good moment in society, because what we have to do is do something about taking some kind of power back for ourselves. Because again, the algorithm it makes decisions for you. It tells you what they want you to believe because of numerical sequences that are identical to your brain activity. It's as simple as that. And I want to give a shout out to after school platforms like that have been trying to get the message out there the best way they can without getting taken off of YouTube. But fuck it, since I don't have anything like that because my commentary's through my email address, this is something very important that you need to save in your phones. Also share to your family members. Because what we can do is periodically, and it can actually happen tomorrow because that's how fast this technology works, is start getting to know each other in your communities through Facebook and social media platforms, like socializing on the internet, and start reaching out like, yo, I'm thinking about, my state has been acting funny, it was sick, we're not communicating, it seems like there's something going on here, how about we do a mass log off all at once? Bam. Now, wherever they are at Facebook, in your location, wherever you live in the nation, they're going to watch all those numbers plummet. And more people start doing that. So everybody's talking about, oh, it's an authoritarianism, this, that, and the next thing. They're trying to kill. No, they're trying to kill us all. And we're going to find out soon. Because what a lot of us aren't understanding as well is some of you, through my research, are spending 6 to 12 hours on this shit. Whether it's your phones, your game systems, whatever the case may be. And again, I'm not knocking everybody for this. Anybody at this. Not at all. but that also diminishes social skills, takes away the inner sanctum of the inner being. So if they do decide to get something out there where they can have total control or do whatever the fuck they're planning on doing, you're not going to stop them because they've conditioned your thought process completely. So things that are trending, like the Capitol riots, that's why you guys probably did those Capitol riots, because they were pumping that fucking racist bullshit into your media boxes and got you thinking it's the government, and you guys all fuck it up and do some white people shit. Because they got you thinking about it's the white power, it's the whites' turn. That's what the media was doing to you guys, and I meant to put this on my Facebook, but they ripped it down. I was trying to tell everybody about that Capitol riot. It was actually conditioned and planned because of the algorithmic coding of certain areas in this nation. Because now what I'm going to get into is some more deep shit. Each and every state, with the state and local level government, they're spies. They watch the population, they go on social media, and they hide because they have different profiles. And they're reading statuses, they're looking at your little families, they're planning the next choreographed media, the choreographed media story. They choreograph it, they write fake shit because of the information they get from the population in the state. That's why we're in the situation, America, that we're in. This is very hard to understand. I know that some of you are going, this nigga's crazy, and that's alright, because now I know for a fact that they got you because there's no other fucking reason for this. Anybody go out, maybe a day, walk, drive, where are all the people? Where are all the people? Oh, James, they're at work. No. A lot of them aren't working and are not getting another job because they don't want them to get another job. If you would like care to do your research, you'll find that a lot of these states are predominantly low income, poor income, and multicultural. They don't want them working because they're trying to control the population. Because what I'm going to segue into now for the next 2 minutes is what happens when we let power get out of control. Leadership is a spiritual energy, and you can give me all kinds of answers. It is what it is. It is a spiritual entity. It's energy. And it is bestowed through us, through powers beyond and forces beyond our control, to bring these leaders to our attention. Now, without riding the principle that these leaderships were founded on, and constantly and consistently being involved in our leadership's politics, they take power and they go, fuck it, we can do whatever we want. These people are stupid. They don't give a fuck. And this is also why we're in the situation we're in, letting power get out of control. What could possibly happen after doing one of these plans? They might come down. That's probably most likely why they militarize the police for the next big objective that they're planning because of power. And they also want to include this. If you disagree, power comes in many shapes and forms. It could be the nastiest evil form of entity, smile in your face with a clean-shaven beard and a fucking haircut. And they could be as evil as the day is long. Because now, I'm going to point something out that a lot of you are probably going to shit yourselves with. It's no coincidence also that they're drugging the population. Certain pharmaceuticals have been proven to be exactly identical to certain substances and medicines and medications that were founded through Schlab's and the Reich's scientific experiments, and you can go Google this. The exact same mind-altering drugs. AIDS and HIV, the same thing that was pumped into the death camps back in the 1930s and the 1940s. HIV and AIDS was a humanly concocted disease. Same thing with COVID. It was concocted in a laboratory. The earth is pure, folks. The earth is pure. And what they have also done is drop procreation rates as of today. They're looking at a massive cut in the population in the next 10 years. But nobody seems to give a shit. So I come in here for my child. I don't know about any of you. Maybe you do care, maybe you don't. But this is for everyone that does care. Give it a shot. Because America is in some deep fucking shit. And unfortunately, this might not reach you. But to the ones that are actually listening and trying to also hear something else besides some stupid, choreographed, scripted, falsified, acted out media, share this with your loved ones in a more secure connection, okay? And make sure they hear this. We can do whatever the fuck we want. There is no such thing as Republicans, Democrats, liberals, progressives. There's only human beings that are different colors and cultures. That's all it is. And we all actually were on all the same wavelength at one point, until we allowed power to get out of control, not only in America, but around the world as well. Everybody have a great afternoon. Hear the message. Get off of the shit more often. Don't give them any more power. Because the more we use this shit, guys, I promise this country, they will get more power because they have more information.